Hello, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for staying with me tonight on TCM as we continue our countdown to Christmas with an ongoing lineup of holiday favorites. Up next is a delightful comedy starring Dick Van Dyke, who just celebrated his 100th birthday earlier this month on December 13th. From United Artists in 1967 and directed by Delbert Mann, it's Fitzwilly. Dick Van Dyke plays the title character, an old-fashioned butler who works for an eccentric older woman and manages the large staff of servants in her New York City mansion. He's so devoted to his employer that he refuses to let her know that she's actually destitute. Every time that she writes a check to support a charity, Fitzwilly has to come up with the money, which he does by secretly organizing a series of elaborate robberies. But his secret operation comes under scrutiny when his boss hires a new secretary played by Barbara Feldon, who, like Dick Van Dyke, was also a major star on television in the 1960s. The kooky and lovable old lady is played by Dame Edith Evans, who was a legendary star on the British stage. Evans was known for playing haughty aristocrats, and she gave dozens of acclaimed performances in plays written by Shakespeare, George Bernard Shaw, Noel Coward, and Oscar Wilde over the course of her 6 decades on the stage. She made 3 early appearances in silent movies, but didn't really begin working steadily in films until the late 1940s. In 1952, she gave her most memorable big screen performance as Lady Bracknell in the film version of Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest. Later on in the 1960s, her work in movies earned her 3 Oscar nominations for Tom Jones, The Chalk Garden, and The Whisperers. Here she is in 1967 with a cast that also includes a very young Sam Waterston. This is Fitzwilly. Fitzwilly premiered in 1967 in the middle of an exceptionally successful decade for Dick Van Dyke. At the start of the decade, he played Albert Peterson in the original Broadway production of Bye Bye Birdie, and his performance won him the Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Musical. He went on to make his film debut 3 years later, reprising the role in the film version of Bye Bye Birdie. In the meantime, from 1961 to 1966, his sitcom, The Dick Van Dyke Show, was one of the most popular shows on television, and it earned him 3 consecutive Emmy Awards. The 1960s also gave Dick Van Dyke 2 memorable roles starring in beloved children's musicals, Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. His co-star in Fitzwilly, Barbara Feldon, was also enjoying a high point in her career when she made this movie. She became a star on television in the 1960s playing Agent 99 on the hit TV comedy Get Smart. The cast here also included another actor who would become a huge star on TV, Sam Waterston. His career was just getting started at this point, and Fitzwilly was only his 2nd film. Up next, Deanna Durbin accidentally witnesses a murder on her way to visit her aunt for Christmas in a mystery from 1945.
Next on TCM, Lady on a Train, then Miracle on Main Street, and later, Roadblock. You can't stop Christmas from coming to TCM tonight.